And then I can really focus on driving my brain into all of the different things that I can teach people and share and help them figure out a better way of building their own business and get them out of that scarcity mode.
Hey there, welcome to this edition of MyFirst1000. This is Neil Napier, and today I'm joined by Mitch Aunger. And Mitch is one of the more active members in the MyFirst1000 community. So I got really excited when he turned around and said, Neil, I want my t-shirt, I've hit my $1,000, get me on an interview. And I said, Mitch, okay, let's do that. So here we are today. Mitch, it's good to have you on this session.
Thank you so much, Neil. And it was kind of one of those things that I had sold a couple of seats for my membership, and I was like, wait a minute, I've made my first 1,000. I got to tell Neil.
Yeah, I think it was great news for me as well when I heard that. I was like, wow, okay. And you didn't even kind of realize that immediately. But tell me a little bit about your business. What do you do, Mitch?
The 15-minute elevator speech from Planet Mitch. My business is helping entrepreneurs, small businesses turn around an email list and add highly qualified leads to your email list. Because your email list, most people don't realize this, Neil, is your number one asset. Mm-hmm. You know, we all want cash, we all want sales, that kind of stuff. But if Facebook went away, if Twitter went away and everything else, you've always got your email list and you can always talk to those people. Sure.
So you do that by using giveaways, am I right?
Yes, I forgot that part.
Yes.
Yes. So we're building email lists, and realistically, I'm going to exaggerate and go forwards a little bit, because you can build a list through Facebook Messenger. You can build text-based lists, etc. It doesn't have to just be email. But we're doing contests in Europe and the rest of the world. Everybody kind of knows a random draw giveaway, like, hey, win a new car, is a contest. In the United States, a contest is something that is legally defined as a judged or a skill-based thing. So we use the word giveaway or sweepstakes. Messy set of words to try to explain. Basically what we're doing is we're doing a 2-page thing. Enter to win this particular thing or set of things. All you have to do is give me my email list, your email list, your email address. God, I'm stumbling today. And on the second side of that, we ask you to share. And that's where the word of mouth, the virality comes into things these days. It's very exciting to be able to get your friends to join the same campaign.
Got it. Okay. And I know you do this mostly as a service, but what prompted you to build a course?
I've always known that passive income through selling either a course or creating a membership site was the right way to go, because I can do one-on-one. I can obviously consult with people, and I do that, like you said, on a regular basis, teaching them how to create their own campaign. Of course, I do some campaigns for some people as a done-for-you service. Mm-hmm. But if I can take my expertise and share it with a course or a set of courses, depending upon what the clients need, or a membership where I can just get them in there and do regular kinds of Q&A calls, that kind of stuff, sure, then I get that ongoing income and I can reach more people. So that's what I really want to do. Okay. I want to reach as many people as possible.
And you're growing a bit of a fan following for yourself from what I've seen inside, like the Upviral group, or you're building a group for yourself now. Is that helpful in selling your courses?
Does the moon rise, Neil? It rises every day. Yes, which is why where I really started was getting myself on Facebook in a particular group. The software that I'm using is called Upviral. There's a whole bunch of other tools, but the Upviral group was pretty active. And so what I decided to do was become an expert there by helping people get their giveaways working better, then I could be seen as an expert, and therefore people would eventually start coming to me,
Sure.
as opposed to me trying to just go, oh, please let me help you.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the message is, yes, I mean, the more people you can help, the more people you provide value to, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
Sure. So it sounds like you had it pretty much figured out, but what obstacle did you face in finishing your course and putting it out there?
The one that you're looking at right here,
okay.
The biggest stepping stone is yourself. And I've known that for a long time. I've known the job that I had before, my day job before this, was running a blog. Mm-hmm. And I was getting advertising income, so I was feeding the family off of that.
Sure.
And that was working well, but started fading away, and I knew I had to do something different.
Sure.
And I knew I could develop a skill that I really had confidence in, which is the entire giveaway market. Mm-hmm. I've known that for a long time, but the thing about it is getting yourself out of the way. Right? I've done live videos. I've helped people in the UpViral group. I've done all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But still putting it together and putting it in a package that people could consume, I was always like, I know I've got some stuff out there, but it's just not enough. Sure. I need to do some more stuff, and I need to do other things. And in reality, as well, many experts will tell you, and I really believe it's true, mm-hmm. You just got to get out of your own way, put something together, and especially, the beta kind of a concept, which is what I'm kind of doing now, is sure. Help me build this, help me understand what the market needs mm-hmm. as I go, and then let's just get active, let's get busy. So it all comes from yourself and getting out of your own way. Really, it's all it is.
So is your course actually ready now, or was it ready when you first sold it?
No, it's not ready. Okay. I have created a membership where people can go in and see a lot of the live videos that I've recorded, but it's not really structured as a course. It's just sort of a random pile of stuff.
Got it.
And what I'm planning to do is to do a 3-day course. You know Chet nicely.
Yes, I do, yeah.
And so what he and I are going to do in January is a live 3-day course where instead of teaching you how to do it, we're going to do it live. We're going to create an entire giveaway campaign from start to finish in 3 days.
Okay.
And I really, really like that concept because it gets people actually active in doing something as opposed to just sitting by and learning. Okay. Now, I do intend to have several other courses mm-hmm. where I'm just going to sit in front of a computer and walk people through. I mean, I just recorded 5 episodes yesterday morning of the basics of using the tool called UpViral. Sure. And I'm going to actually use that one as a lead magnet to say, look, here's how you get started with the software, and I'm going to give that away for free. It's going to be basically about an hour course. It's not a massive deep dive into everything you need to know, mm-hmm. but it'll get people started, and then we're going to build the bigger courses on the philosophy, the processes, the right and the wrong way to do giveaways, the legal side of it, all this other stuff that they have to know. And so, yes, I'm building it, and like I said, I know I've got a lot of content. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of putting it all together and getting out of your way to get it done. Okay, that's nice. I like it. So you're building it as you go. And when you decided to sell it, how long did it take you to get to your first $1,000? Well, what I did, if I can back up and give people this brief story, I had gone to a class or mentorship that Chad does called Ever Mentor. Mm-hmm. It's a 2-day thing in his house in Las Vegas, and basically what Chad was doing, and I laugh because it's so obvious, mm-hmm. but the net result I got out of that 2-day mentorship was, Mitch, get the hell out of your own way, right?
Sure.
And so it was Thursday, Black Friday, the day before Black Friday. I'm reading all these things. I'm trying to publish a blog post for my other website.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy crap, why don't I just do a freaking lifetime deal?
Sure.
Mentioned on my Facebook group that I'm going to put this thing together, and I'm going to do a lifetime of my membership. You can be a founder at a founder's level. So I liked that phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Some gal named Beth, I'd been talking to her. She's like, use the word founder. Don't do beta. Try
Sure.
founder, because it sounds more like you're really helping build something. And so I talked about it on Facebook, did a Facebook Live, said I'm going to do this. I'm going to throw in an hour of consulting. I'm currently charging $200 per hour to do that. So the package in total is, it's going to be $500 a year for the membership, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to do it for $397 for the first 20 people that get in. And within, I don't know, a day and a half, I think I had 4 people that paid me. Mm-hmm. So that's when I went, holy cow, I'm over my 1,000. Neil, I did it.
Yeah.
But again, it wasn't anything formal. And I've actually since then put together a little sales page with a little bit of text on it and stuff
Sure.
like that. And I get a bunch of people going, well, if you change the wording over here, you're going to get more sales. I'm like, I don't care about the wording. It was just throw it up there and see if you can get people to snap it up.
Okay.
And help get started.
Nice. No, I like it. And what happens next? And I know you're kind of working on the sales page, like you said, but what's your goal now to grow and scale this? Are you going to do more courses, or are you just going to put all your efforts into this one?
Neil, my goal is to take over the world.
Of course, like we all.
I have several mentors. This year, 2018, has been the year of mentorship for me.
Okay.
Your course, the first 1,000, kind of got me kicked off into really thinking a lot more about it. Mm-hmm. I've known Chad for a while. Chad introduced me to Joel Bauer, which is a whole nother story, because he's a massive mentor. A couple other guys. Anyway, sure. Dave Smith, who's one of my mentors, he said to me in a conference call last week, said, Mitch, you have the opportunity to redefine the giveaway market. You're in a place where you can turn people around and get them to understand the value, because most people think, oh, those giveaway leads, they're just trash. They're not high quality leads and blah, blah, blah. But the way you're doing it, the way you have really taught yourself and are sharing with members that you have, is so highly targeted that those people are going to make money off of those people in that list. And you need to preach that.
Sure.
And I said, holy cow, that's really what I want to do. Right. So I'm trying to answer your question in my typical long-winded way. But that one phrase that he told me about redefining the contest market really set a fire under me. And so I had already launched the membership. We were talking about that. And so my plan is, especially I like the way Chad is working this 3-day class kind of thing.
Sure.
That, assuming that kicks off the way I think it's going to, I will really start getting people active. I actually have a mind map
sure.
of 5 to 10 different full big courses that I plan to do based on giveaways for Shopify or giveaways for webinars, because there's a different way of doing a webinar where you can put a giveaway in there and incentivize people to share your webinar.
Sure.
And referral marketing. I mean, that's all that really kind of doing is referral marketing. So I got all kinds of plans of making this happen. I want to go do speaking gigs. I want to get out there in the world and share this, because I think you can see that I get so excited I get out of breath, because this is finally something that I really, really feel passionate about.
Sure.
The blog that I was doing for the last 10 years, I enjoyed it, and I really thought I had a passion. But when I started doing this, I was like, holy cow, this is what I want to do.
Yeah. I think that's the best part about being an entrepreneur is that you can change, you can pivot what you do as well once you find something interesting enough.
Yes.
So that's
absolutely.
good. But tell me about, kind of like lifestyle changes. So a question I always ask is, now that you can see it's working out, you've already done close to 4,000 and, you're going to scale that up going into New Year's as well. How do you think things will change for you? I mean, is it going to be more peace of mind, just more money? How is life going to be different now, do you think?
The biggest fear that I have right now is feeding my family. Especially, and I told you this before we started the call,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in this transition between the photography, video, blog, and doing this. And so the income has just like flat out gone away from the photography blog.
Sure.
It's gone. And that's what was feeding my family before. So now I am in the scarcity mode.
Mm-hmm.
I have been, my wife's not home, so I can say this.
Sure.
I have been putting more things on a credit card in the last 4 to 6 months than I ever have done before.
Okay.
And I looked at the credit card statement a week ago and I had a panic attack. And I'm literally in a state where I have really got to kick this in gear.
Sure.
Because otherwise I'm going to go looking for a day job at McDonald's, and that just flat out isn't going to be good for me or anybody else in this family.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's been the impetus. What I want to do is get to the point where in 2 to 3 months, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Sure.
The membership site, theoretically, bringing in passive income will be enough for me to go, all right, so I don't have to worry about that bill anymore. I'm going to now focus on just taking a little bit more break,
Mm-hmm.
having a little bit of free time to actually think about things. Because right now, when we get in that scarcity mode,
Mm-hmm.
all we're doing is working 24 hours a day, trying to make that bill go away.
Sure.
And when I get to the point in a couple of months where I've got a little bit more steady income coming in, I can now focus on paying potentially somebody to do some of the menial work.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say menial.
Sure.
I'm not trying to demean that, but
Sure.
the repetitious stuff,
Mm-hmm.
stuff that I don't like to do, accounting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can really focus on driving my brain into all of the different things that I can teach people and share and help them figure out a better way of building their own business and get them out of that scarcity mode. That's another long-winded answer.
No, I
Sorry.
appreciate that. I think once we go through it again, we'll get some really good golden nuggets out of it. But let me ask you this question. So if I was to ask you to give some advice to people who feel that they might not know enough on something to teach, what would you say to them? I mean, because it's a lot of people get in their own head, like you said, they feel they don't know enough. What would you say to them?
Number one, you know more than millions of other people on that topic. I know I've heard that from experts, and it took me a while to believe that. Once I got to the point where I felt comfortable, I had a plan, I had my mind map, I had some assets in my pocket. It was just a matter of saying, I've got enough. There's still in me a fear that somebody's going to ask me a question. Well, how do you do this particular thing? And I'm going to go, I don't know the answer to that, but that's okay. What I've learned is that's okay because I know I can find out that answer.
Sure.
I still have this fear of people are going to ask me, well, how do you turn that into revenue, right? I built an email list. How do I turn that into revenue? Because that's not necessarily consistent. But I know how to find out that answer. I know experts that can teach me that.
Sure.
And so the simple answer is get out of your head,
Mm-hmm.
realize that, and I tell my wife this, my mother-in-law is a fantastic sewer, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And she's always saying, oh, I'm not very smart. I'm like, you know how to sew better than anybody else I've ever seen. But you keep downplaying yourself because you say you don't know how to do math or science or whatever. Well, no, nobody knows all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Take the thing that you really know and feel passionate about, put out a couple of ebooks and teach yourself that you can deliver content, and then it's just going to explode.
I like it. I like it. So, Mitch, a quick fire round. We've got some very basic, simple questions for you to answer. Don't think too much. Just go with your gut. So, first thing, what's your favorite book, or what are you reading at the moment?
Well, actually, I just finished this book called Do Open How to Turn Your I can't read it backwards by
How a Simple Email Newsletter Can Transform Your Business by David Hyatt.
Yes. This was given to me by one of my experts, and it's phenomenal because that's the back end of the list process that I was talking about.
Okay.
Taking your email list and converting it into something that will sell other things. But it's mainly about going conversational, getting your people to understand you as a human, and then sell them every now and then.
Sure.
I'm not a huge book reader, to answer your question.
Sure.
I typically spend my day surfing. I shouldn't say spend my day. I surf a lot looking for articles that pertain to giveaways and building my business.
Okay, cool. That's good. What about music? What kind of music are you into, Mitch?
I am an old from the 70s kind of guy. I'm into Yes, Pink Floyd, Genesis, that kind of stuff. Progressive rock.
Can't fault Pink Floyd, so that's good. So is that your favorite band, or what's your favorite band?
Right now, actually, my favorite band is a Pink Floyd cover band called Brit Floyd.
Okay.
They just finished their 2018 tour over there in Europe. You missed them.
Yeah.
I like them because they play Pink Floyd, but they've also my other hobby is photography.
Sure.
And I found out that they like people to take photos at their concerts. So I've gotten in and met most of the people in the band, and they let me come to shows in the Midwest and take photos and share them. So that's been a lot of fun. So that's currently my favorite band because it's my favorite music and they let me take photos.
Okay, that's awesome. And when you're traveling, do you prefer to go to the city or the beach or the forest or the mountains?
I am a beach man.
Okay.
Sanibel Island in Florida is my favorite beach of all time, although it's not always crystal clear blue water like you would see in St. Thomas or the Bahamas or one of those areas. It is the shelling capital of the world. And everybody you see on the beach is humped over because they're looking for shells as they walk along the beach. It's really kind of weird. Nobody just walks upright. They're all hunched over trying to find shells because there's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of shells on Sanibel.
Okay, very interesting. And are you in Florida as well, by the way?
I am in St. Louis right now, but I was born and raised in Florida.
Okay, interesting.
Home of the Arch.
No idea what that is, but I'm sure American audience.
Sorry.
It's okay. Is that a football team or something? Really?
No. There's the tallest building is an arch. It was built in. It's like a monument, right? But you can actually go up inside of it and see down to the entire city.
Sure, makes sense. Okay, Mitch, I think that's it for us. But if people wanted to learn more about you, where could they go and find out?
My website for the giveaway side of my world is giveawayrocket.com.
Okay, cool. So giveawayrocket.com, I'll link to that underneath this video as well, is where people can get in touch with you. They can learn more about your Facebook group and also hopefully your course.
Super. Appreciate it.
Mitch, thank you so much for being here, and I wish you all the best for future as well.
Thank you. And same back to you because you produce some great stuff.
I appreciate that.